Hi, my name's Kevin Darty. I'm the Education Director for the Illinois Ag in the Classroom program, and I'm here again today to help you take a look beyond the barn door to see some things that are involved in agriculture that you might not think about. And it's March, and we're thinking about March Madness, and that, of course, means basketball. Well, let's stop and think about how basketball is related to agriculture. You all know that James Naismith invented basketball in 1891, but did you know his parents were from Canada and they were farmers? When he invented basketball, he was looking for a game that they could throw a ball into, and the closest thing he could come up with were some baskets. He found some peach baskets. So literally, basketball, they threw a ball into the basket, and when somebody scored a basket, they weren't very good at the beginning. When someone scored a basket, they had to stop the game, get out of the ladder, climb up in the ladder, pull the ball out of the basket, and continue the game. Took them a couple years to realize, what if we just cut a hole in the bottom of the basket, thus making it the baskets that we know today. The University of Illinois, they've been playing basketball since 1905. That was our first competitive season, and the most winning coach ever at the University of Illinois happened in 1907. A man by the name of Fletcher Lane coached the University of Illinois to the highest winning record ever as a coach. As a single coach, he went 20-6 in 1 year and has the highest winning percentage ever. Do the math on that. Of course, you can't have basketball without agriculture, and what are the links? Well, first off, the basketball itself, it's made from leather. Of course, so are some of the shoes, but it's made from leather. The Wilson Company says that it takes 11 basketballs can be made from the hide of just one steer, so you can't have basketball without the beef industry. Basketballs are played on specific floors, maple floors. In fact, there's a whole hardwood maple flooring association that sets the standards for what basketball courts look like. Why did we choose maple? Well, first off, it's hard. It's very, very hard. It's a hardwood, and it's very shock resistant. It's readily available, but most importantly, it's light in color and doesn't have a lot of grain in it, so when you're watching as a spectator, you can actually see it pretty well. There are lots of plastics, and in many of our plastics, we use pork products. There are pork byproducts and pork gelatin used in a number of plastic products, in shoes and baskets, wherever it comes from. And of course, you can't go to the basketball game without a concession stand. 1 bushel of corn, roughly this much, contains enough corn sweetener to sweeten 400 sodas. So even at your local game, you'll serve 400 sodas sweetened by 1 bushel of corn, and you can thank an Illinois farmer for that. You also stop and think about various mascots that we have that have ag-related things. At the collegiate level, the Nebraska Cornhuskers that play as part of the Big Ten, that's obviously a basketball and ag connection. The Mules, the Army Mules, the Army Military Academy, their mascot is a mule, obviously, because the mules were very important to the Army when the Military Academy was formed. In Scottsdale, in Arizona, the Scottsdale Junior College, the Scottsdale Community College, they go under the mascot of the Fighting Artichokes. Arkansas, the University of Arkansas, they play under the nickname of the Razorbacks, a hog. And finally, the University of North Carolina School of Arts, although they don't have a competitive basketball team, their mascot are the Fighting Pickles. You thought you might have had a funny mascot name. Imagine being the Fighting Pickles. Of course, in Illinois, we also have our share of unique mascot names. Hoopeston in East Central Illinois, the Hoopeston Area School, they're known as the Corn Jerkers. They jerk the corn. Students used to jerk the corn off to throw in and be processed as sweet corn. Cobden in far southern Illinois. In fact, in 1964, Cobden had a really unique Cinderella season as a basketball team, but they're the Apple Knockers from Cobden. Mattoon, they're the Green Wave. Mattoon is in East Central Illinois as well, and they're the Green Wave because they're surrounded by cornfields and you see the green blowing around. Farmington in West Central Illinois, the Farmington Farmers. You can't do much better than that for an ag-related name. And let's go up north, the Freeport Pretzels. You've got the Freeport Pretzels, the Farmington Farmers, the Mattoon Green Wave. There's some unique connections to agriculture. However, one other unique connection to agriculture is a guy by the name of Will Allen. And Will Allen played basketball back in the 1970s. He was originally from Maryland, and he became the first African-American player to play at the University of Miami. So he played collegiately at the University of Miami. He bounced around with the American Basketball Association and some minor league teams before settling in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, he took over an abandoned nursery, and he now conducts and uses urban farming. He's one of the largest people using urban farming to produce food sources for urban areas. There's a great book by Jacqueline Briggs Martin we encourage you to stop and look at. It's called Farmer Will Allen and the Growing Table. So again, as we approach March Madness, just remember you can't have basketball without agriculture. Thanks a bunch, and we'll see you soon.